boy, do I have an experience for you this morning. This was, it's so interesting. I feel sometimes, I know my experiences are unique. They're out there. They're strange. I go to all these different worlds, and the moment I feel is if I have experienced the strangest, most unique place I've ever been to, something like this comes along, and I'm like, I don't have words for it. I'm just going to get right into this for you because this was bizarre. Bizarrely beautiful, guys. It was beautiful. So this began in the usual way. I had been up studying Spanish until probably very late. I think I stopped about 5 or so in the morning. That was after some hours of watching some Spanish programming. I was also doing some writing and just, doing what I do sometime in the middle of the night. And then I decided to lie down and just relax for a while. I knew that this morning I was going to have to go and run an errand or two, so I kind of set my alarm. So that was in my mind too, but I thought if I could have a quick experience, it would be nice. I kind of just put it out there that it would be nice to have something happen. This again goes with what I tell you so many times, which is not to try so hard when you try to leave your body. Just relax. Just relax. Put the thought out there. Put the intent out there. It'll come. But you have to be patient. You have to be patient. And that's what I showed this morning. I thought to myself, well, if it comes, great. If it doesn't come, that's okay. It can happen again at some point. And I was lying there for quite some time, just relaxing. Then I felt it. And again, as I always tell you, I feel when I hit that midpoint, I could feel it. And it's so interesting. I am beginning to feel more and more aware of what's happening when I go into this state of mind. Not to say that I haven't felt it before, but there is a certain feeling of almost being wide awake when I'm doing this now, more awake than I've felt before. This time was definitely like that because I thought it was kind of unusual, but I know I could feel it, and I could feel a sense, honestly, and first, that something was kind of lifting me up, but it was more of a force just kind of lifting me. And then I felt a force turn me to the right. Now, those of you who listen to my Beyond Body, and there may be some folks coming on and listening to this that don't know what in the heck Beyond Body is. The difference between Beyond Body and the astral plane astral projection is that I don't feel a sense of separation when I go on these journeys. I think that's almost the simplest way and the best way to explain it to those that I haven't explained it to. I don't feel a separation from my body. It feels as if my body is moving, turning, or doing whatever it is doing to go to another place. I don't feel that separation. And that is the difference. That's one of the differences. The other difference is I seem to travel to places that are of a physical reality, even though they're way different than ours. Think parallel universes, parallel realities. Call it what you will, but I go to these different places. So I felt as if I was turned to the right. Normally, I feel as if I'm turned to the left, so that was different, definitely different. Then I felt myself drop. Now, this time, and I've told you before that I've physically felt hands pick me up and put me onto my feet. But it's so interesting that before I started feeling the sensations this morning, I kind of thought in my mind, I feel like I could pick myself up. Why can't I do that? Why can't I pick myself up with my own mind, with my own thoughts? Why can't I come to my feet? So it was interesting because I did not feel a force this time pick me up. I had to physically stand, and I felt myself physically stand up. I think perhaps for the first time I've ever really, with my own power, picked myself up and put myself on my own feet. At least that's what it feels like, guys. Now, when I say this because I say it in the way that I say it, with putting myself onto my feet, standing up, because that is the perception of what I feel, okay? It doesn't mean that I'm actually standing up and putting myself on or picking myself up onto my feet. It doesn't mean that at all necessarily. It just means that that's what I perceive, and that is what my mind may be filtering and saying as a translation, this is what's happening to you, even though I don't understand. My mind isn't understanding necessarily everything that's happening, but it's interpreting it to mean that that's what it is when I make these journeys. So the darkness lifted very quickly, guys. It was very, very fast. It didn't last long at all, that darkness. It'll be a very gradual kind of thing where my surroundings will reveal themselves gradually. But this time it was fast. It happened very quickly. And I do believe that I was in some kind of park. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. The unusual part is coming. Trust me, this was quite unusual. One of the first things I saw a person, looked like a person to me, blondish hair, shortish hair, nice, very attractive face. He kind of walked up to me, and he walked up to me quite quickly. And before this, though, and this was so interesting, when I first arrived, before this guy, because I did see this guy, I think, kind of in the distance, but I must tell you that before I really started talking to this person, I was looking at the palm of my hand. Don't know exactly why. I'm not sure exactly why I was focused on it. But when I turned my hand around, and I don't know what prompted me to do this, but so I was looking at the palm of my hand, then I turned my hand around, and guys, I saw the strangest thing. When I turned my hand around, I again saw the palm of my hand. The palm of my hand was on both sides of my hand. Oh my gosh. Nope. I tell you, I have not lost it. This is what I saw. As I say sometimes on these videos, I am just telling you my observations. I am just reporting my observations as I saw them. I turned my hand one way. I saw the palm of my hand. I turned my hand the other way. I also saw the palm of my hand. I saw the palm of my hand on both sides of my hand, and I did this multiple times. And the reason why I did this multiple times was because I was like, what in the heck is going on? Why do I have two palms? It was bizarre. So that was the first really bizarre, strange thing. Then this person comes and he starts talking to me. But when he comes up to me, he doesn't, remain a distance that is, comfortable to me. I think every culture has a sort of comfortable distance that we can be from each other. And now with the current world events, of course, we have social distancing. And so we're, at least 6 feet apart. This man came within inches of my face. And when I say inches, he was right up on me. Right up on me and started talking to me. And I felt very uncomfortable at first because this was way beyond my comfort zone, because I didn't know this person. So I felt the sense that I first I was like, okay, I need to know that I can get out of here quickly because I don't know why this person is doing that. Then 2 other people joined us. One of the person in the middle, I don't remember much about, but the other person, the third person in this, had brownish hair. They were both women. She had brownish skin. She may have been of mixed race origin, maybe. I don't know. Maybe half black, half white. I'm not even sure. I just know she had darker skin, and that's kind of the sense that I got from her. And the first thing I remember talking to them about, and by the way, all 3 of them were right in my face. And I mean, they were inches from my face, and they were talking to me. And the other thing that was so interesting, guys, and so bizarre, was that their voices did not sound like what you would think. The man had a higher, almost, he sounded like a woman almost. But then his voice would shift, or they would go up and down with tones. Then the woman started talking, and she started talking with a very deep voice, like my voice, and then she came up to a medium voice and then a higher voice. And I was like, this is the strangest thing. But to say at first that I was uncomfortable is definitely very accurate. But as the moment went on, I started actually feeling comfortable, and I felt very warm with them. They were very nice beings. Now, one of the things I asked them, and one of the things that I was able to bring back for you today, was the name of this world. Because beyond the fact that I was asking them, do you have 2 palms too? And in fact, I think one of them turned their hand, and when they turned their hand, I saw the back of their hand. So they didn't have 2 palms. Or at least that was what my perception was. Very, very strange, guys. But the other thing is I asked them what the name of this world was. I even said, I remember saying, the name of my world is Earth. What is the name of this place? Now, at first, I thought I heard them say Talar, or Talazar, or something like that. That's what I heard, and then I repeated it. I said, did you say Talar? And then the woman, one of the women, with a very unusual tone in their voice, said, no, it's with a U. And by the way, I distinctly remember her saying, it's with a U. It's Ulizar. It's Ulizar. That's what the world is called. It's called Ulizar. And I was excited that she had said with a U, because now I can confirm that that was the name of the world. It was called Ulizar. And she had also talked about the fact that it had been part of another place for a while, but then it was separated. I remember that. And I almost feel like she said, after I said Earth, she had said that it had been a part of Earth before. I don't know when before was, but now it was its own separate place. Very, very strange. Now, we ended up talking for a while like this, but within moments, it was done. And I was back. I got up, I ran to my computer, and I wanted to share the experience with you. It was very, very unusual, and these people were very beautiful, and I don't know if I'm capturing their beauty in this particular episode in this experience. I don't know that I'm truly capturing how beautiful they were and how friendly they were. I want to take a moment just to thank them here. I don't know if they would be able to hear me or not, or probably not. They're in their own world. But thank you so much for being so welcoming to me, because there have been beings that haven't been welcoming at all, that have been sort of mean and not very nice, but these people were so nice. And even though they were right up at my face and they made me feel a little uncomfortable, still, thank you so much. Anyway, fascinating experience. Thank you so much for coming on another journey with me, and until next time, take care.